Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya at Sidegigcrafts. Guys, I want to make something today with the handmade paper that I made. I need to send Jovi something. I just dropped the razor blade on that. Made from the paper. That's our part of our collaboration. So I was thinking, we both make journals. We both make junk journals. How about making her a junk journal with this book cover? It's real leather. It's beautiful. It's stunning, stunning, stunning. And I was thinking of decorating just the front. I'm having trouble because there's this name on here that I really like, that handwriting, but I don't know how to keep it. So, and I even thought about flipping it over and doing it backwards, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. But I got to pick, I was thinking about putting some of this paper here on the front and leaving the back alone, but putting some of this paper on the front of it. I don't know which paper. I was thinking, Jovi loves her colors. So I really like this one for me, but I think Jovi would appreciate the blues in there. And with this piece, I actually have all the things, including that piece of tape that was on the tissue paper, which was kind of fun. Or I could go without the tape, of course, or I could do it on this side and cut it. That actually looks kind of cool to have. Ooh, what if I did it this way and that name could still show or peek through? That might be kind of cool because the handwriting is really neat. I think that's what I should do. Do you guys think so? Or you think I should just cover it? Help me out. I feel like it kind of gives life to the book, like it's just part of its history. But I don't know. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. Let's work it into the cover. And I kind of like that it's got holes down here too in the paper. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I don't know how well this is going to tear. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fold it and see how that works. I mean, it should fold just fine. I'm just wondering if it's going to, well, let's try tearing it along the ruler. It sort of worked. I'll have to cut that piece, of course. Oh, it just came out. That's kind of neat. We could do that. And then my thought is that I want to use some, not twine, some kind of string or banding that in here. And I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I haven't totally figured this out yet, as you can see. I think I want to take a little bit more off the edges, just so that line shows. Now I've got fabric over here. So should I take it off this side? I guess so. Let's see what we can do. And if you didn't see my previous video for this collaboration that we're doing, I handmade this paper, and I made it out of old bills, old paperwork that was left laying around the house, and that would have otherwise gone in the trash. I used animal bedding, like hamster bedding, the paper that's, you know, all torn up and stuff. I used that, and I could incorporate that in there somehow, but I don't think I need to. And added flowers and fabrics and threads and all kinds of things into there. So I think that is going to be our base. I'll do something more up there, but I think this is going to be our base. I know it looks kind of weird that it's torn and it doesn't fit perfectly for those who really like their clean and simple, but I like this. I do. Let me think. We'll do more to the cover too. I think we're going to go ahead and start with this and go ahead and glue it down. I'm debating if I should sew around the edges, but I wouldn't sew up here. It might look really cool. I could sew it to another, I'm going to need, if I do, I need to sew it to another piece of paper. I don't think the sewing machine would work too good with this paper. I'm going to figure that out. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So I was right in that sewing on this paper was not easy. I did decide not to use paper behind it, but you just have to go slow and be sure to push in, don't pull the paper. So that worked out okay. And I thought about using this. This was a doily that was already damaged. And I was thinking, it's beautiful color. What about if we put this like this? See, it's all coming together, inspiration. And just add that in there because I know that Jovi loves a good linen. And then I was thinking if we have that name or that writing peeking out there, I was even thinking maybe I could find some blue fabric to kind of tuck into this side and kind of balance the gold and the blue. Let me see about that. I found something. I found this beautiful linen napkin, and I think this will work perfectly to balance that the way I'm hoping. Look at it. How about that? It just adds just a little something to it. And if I leave this rounded enough, it'll look like that linen is all the way under there. Oh yeah, I like that. What do you guys think? Is it beautiful? I hope so. I hope so. And I can tip this just a bit. I want to kind of cover both of those corners where I cut. I might not be able to, and that's okay too. All right, let's start. Let's start by gluing this thing down. This is exactly the spot that I want it. Well, I want this in a little bit. I really don't want it hanging over the edge too much. And I'm hoping that this glue will work well with leather. I'm assuming it will. Just kind of go straight that way. I love that I'm able to find ways to put these book covers to good use, you know, especially these beautiful leather ones. So pretty. And hopefully Jovi will love it. I think she might. And I really want to just give her like a blank journal to work with so that she can play with it and do whatever she wants with it. Like put some blank pages in there. She can either keep it or create something for someone, whatever she wants to do. But I think that's beautiful with the blue in there. Kind of pull that way. This doesn't show too much down here, but I can pull that too. Let's pull that. It can be a little lumpy. The paper's lumpy anyway, so it won't matter too much if that is. I'm gonna put some glue here and here. Yes. See, I don't want to waste the whole blue linen on there because it won't show, so it would be wasted if I put the whole thing on there. So I cut just a piece of it. Oh, I love this. I would be so excited to get this. Okay. Or at least what I have in my head. Maybe not this, but what I have in my head I would love to get. So we'll do this from beginning to end today. I need to get this off in the mail to her tomorrow, so she has it in time for our collaboration. And hopefully it'll get to her quickly. And I'm just going to press this down. I'm going to add more to it, but I need to think a little bit on what I want to do. I know I want to put something probably here, like a label, or down here. And it needs some pizzazz. Definitely needs some pizzazz. we're going to have some kind of jewelry on here because I feel it. I feel like it needs to be there. And I want to cover, let's go ahead and cover the insides of this with the same paper. Don't you think that's a good idea? I wonder if I have a thinner one. I guess it doesn't have to be thinner. Should we just fold this in half and see what happens? This is probably still too wide. Ooh, that's okay because it's going to tear, and that's okay if it tears. It doesn't have to be perfect. I want it to fit on the inside. So tear back some of this. How's that? Is that cute? And this one too. My paper is way chunkier than Jovi's was. I used a lot of thick things in there. I just like the effect of it. It might be a little difficult to write. Well, I'm also wondering if I iron it, if it would be flatter. I think it would. I think it would flatten out a bit, but I haven't done that yet, so I don't know for sure. I kind of like that the backboard is also showing. I like that. I'm not trying to cover it completely. I'm just making it beautiful. So let's put some glue all over this paper. Oh no, you know what? Because I glued the front, I'm going to glue this part too. I'm just going to glue around the outsides of it. So let me do that. Okay, my loves, I got these sewn in, glued in. So we've got a front and a back. Open it up. There we go. And so now what? Well, next I need to do some sort of binding, obviously. I'm not cutting a spine on this one. And I'm trying to think how I'm actually going to bind them in. I have a picture in my head, you guys. I wish I could show it to you. I think I'm going to punch 5 holes in here. Yes, I'm going to punch 5 holes in here. Can you hear me hesitating? Okay, because I can't go back. After I've decided to do it and I punch the holes, I cannot go backwards. So I'm going to use my crocodile. If you don't have one, like I always say, I highly recommend getting one. But unfortunately, it looks like this book is going to be too thick for my crocodile. Can I do it with this one? How do I punch my hole? Let's see here. That's to do that part. How do I... You guys, I feel kind of silly. Is it this thing? Gotta learn how to use my tool. Oh, there it is. See that? Right there. That's what I don't needed. Okay, so I'm gonna have to set my guide. I can do it with this one. It's much thicker, much more room, but I'm gonna need to set my guide. So let's move that guide up. I've never used this one. I never have. Let's use this one. Ooh, let's see here. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I think it will go right about, honestly, right there. And I think that's about the middle. I'm scared. I'm going to come back just a little bit. I'm going to put that guard right there. Okay. Okay. Whew. There's my hole. It's not quite the middle. Dang it. But it's close enough. All right. Then I'm going to do the same thing down here. And I'm going to line this one up with the side of my book, keeping my guide in the same spot. Block it. Ugh. Okay. That's a little bit low, but I think it's okay. And then we'll go here. Come on, but come on, come on. There we go. And then I'm going to go about halfway in between each one. And hopefully I can do this visually. I don't know if you guys probably can't see this, sorry. But I'm just going to go in between the two holes as close to the middle as I can, eyeballing it. I could have measured. I could have. But I don't feel like it. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing down on this end, about middle, going to the guide. Come on, the paper's thick in that spot, so it doesn't want to slide in there. That's about right. All right, whew. Okay, so I've got my 5 holes. Hopefully this will work the way I think it will. I'm going to go ahead and mark my holes on this back side so I can get them pretty close to the same. I'm going to need a pen that might not work. Maybe an awl. Maybe an awl would be better because it could poke down in there and I could probably see the hole. Right there. There, right there, and right there. Hopefully I can sort of see that. All right, I can see that one for sure. Although it's kind of hard to line up this way, isn't it? Okay, but I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. It's right there. All right. And I see another hole right there. I think, where'd it go? There it is, right there. And I know this one was right here at the edge, so hole or not, I can punch there. This one I need to find was right there. I see it. You guys probably can't, but that's okay. And then this one was lined up all the way at the edge as well. So I should be able to just line it up there and punch one more time. Ugh, okay. Woo, that was tough. I don't need that anymore today. Look at all those. That was thick. That book was thick. So you guys, like I said, if you don't have one, these are amazing. That made it an easy task. I mean, seriously. Okay. So this is going to go this way. Next I need to bind it. I think I'm going to use my elastic binding, my elastic cord, this stuff, and bind it this. Now, you're probably wondering what the heck I'm doing, and that's just fine. That's just fine. Because I'm wondering too, now that I did that, I'm wondering how I'm going to attach my paper on the inside. Because that certainly didn't account for that, did it? Well, we might be making a binder ring binder then. Okay. Next plan. We could do that too. I've got plenty of these, I think. One. That size, those sizes, that's that size, that's that size. I save these. I always save these. That's 4 of those, so I need 1 more this size. And I'd have enough. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2 more. Well, wait. There's that one. I think I need to go. Are these too small? I kind of like these better, but they might be too small. Here, let me try poking this through the other way instead. Oh, got it stuck. Maybe that would be perfect, to be honest. It wouldn't flop around too much. Maybe that's great. Maybe that's good. Okay, let's see if I have some more of these. I think I do. There's one more. That size. I think I have a box of them. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only need one more. One stinking more. One. Just one. Box of these. Or a jar or something. I think I do. Well, I might have to look for that later because I don't see them right now. In the meantime, let's put the 4 through. Let's put this one here. This one here. And I'm sure I can probably find another one. I'm sure I do. That one there. And we've got ourselves a little journal cover. Let me kind of link these together, guys, so I don't lose them all over my desk. That's how I lose things. Yeah, I think I do like that smaller size better. I think it's a good size for this. Those can go on there, and then I'll just loop it on this little handle here. There we go. Well, I was going to do cording. I wanted to do a crisscross cording thing, but I don't know how I would put the papers in then. That's just going to be difficult. So this will be a little easier. We need more. We need more. Too big. Too big. So, all right, we'll use that cording for something else. I don't need that now. So I need to put something here. We could even use some more of this to frame that label if we want to. Let me find an appropriate label. So I've been struggling a little bit with this cover. I liked this idea to put this like here somewhere, but then it seemed so small. This one I like too, but it seems flat. Like flat, like there's just, it's just put there. So I think what I'm going to try to do and see if this works is use my gold gilding wax and go around the edges of it and see what that does to it. And see if that maybe we can bring this to life a little bit. I was looking at different colors. I don't really have a color I prefer than this, but it just looks so flat. So let's see if we can just kind of really make these pop here. Just like a frame, you know, picture frame would be, you know, pretty on the outside, on the trim there, just to highlight the contents of the frame kind of thing. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Can you guys see what I'm doing there? Hopefully. Just going around the outside edges. I think this will bring a little more life to it. I think I want to go around just barely touching that outer edge of that so that it's all kind of even around. Oops, I made a mess of that, didn't I? Oh my goodness, you guys, catch up on the house. So I've got the kitchen is painted, the dining room's painted. I've started putting some wallpaper up in the living room on one of my walls, my decorative walls. I'm gonna do a whole desk setup over there. So it's gonna be a process, but It's coming along. The cabinets, I think the cabinets have been ordered. I can't remember. I told her what I wanted, so I think they've been ordered. My dishwasher comes on Tuesday. My sink already came, so I'm very excited about that. And the electrician's coming out to put the ceiling fans up this week. So that's a lot. That's a lot. My floors are done, all that good stuff. Okay, so what do we think about that? I feel like I need a picture on the inside. Or something. Something needs to go there, doesn't it? I also feel like this needs to be layered up so that it's thicker and not just one piece sitting on there. So I'm going to cut a couple pieces out of this to do that, to make it stiffer and stand up just a little bit. I'll have to glue those layers together, but we're getting somewhere. All right, let's go ahead and glue and layer these up. It should be pretty simple. You know what I might do is put a temporary photo on the front of it with the right size and shape and everything that she can remove and add her own photo and use that as a template to cut it out to put there. Maybe that's what I'll do. That way she will have the perfect sizing to put her own photo there and make it her own. There. Okay, that's layered. Now one more time. Yeah, I like that idea. Because I was thinking, how's she going to cut a piece of a picture to be the exact size? This die doesn't come with a with something to cut the middle part out on its own, so I'll have to cut, which, you know, I should be able to do that. There we go. And I know that's not explaining very much what I mean, because words are not coming to me when I'm crafting. It's like it's too hard to do it all at the same time. So that will be a lot sturdier, a lot stronger, and it'll look a lot less flat than it did, I think. I'm going to cut one more piece. I'll tell you how I'm going to make that picture. Alrighty then, that was easy enough. So I was going to cut this out and then place it as a template over that. I don't need to do that. Look, I've got this die cut. I can place this here. I love that she has a book. She's looking at a book or something. I think it's a book. And I thought she was perfect on here. So let's take a pen. And just draw carefully around. How easy is that? And then we'll take our scissors. We're going to take our long scissors because they cut better. Because this is actually a board. This is cardboard. Well, I mean, it's a very thick picture. I don't know, it's cardboard, but you know what I mean. And we'll go around this way. This was the first photo I saw when I opened my faux family box. I was like, oh, that is the one right there. That's the one I want. She's just beautiful. It works perfectly. And we'll just trim off those edges. Make it as round as I can with with my limited fussy cutting skills. Toss that, I don't need that. Okay, now, one of these days I'm going to break that glass dropping these scissors. I just know it. One of the things I want to do to this picture, because of the material it's made out of, is my sanding block. I'm going to go around the edges just to kind of shape this and rub some of that edging off, especially if there's black marker on there. But just to kind of make it look a little more weathered. Especially where it's not perfectly circled. Circled, cut, you know, the word. Words are hard. I don't think I'm going to improve it by trying to recut, so let's just do it this way. And then I'm going to take some of my ink and I'm going to use it around the edges. And it's going to be a little off. That's okay. No, it's not okay. I don't like it. I wish I had a die cut this shape because I sure would definitely love that more. But this is where we're at. Okay. Oops. Does she fit perfectly? I should have checked before I did all that, huh? She fits wonderfully. I'm going to just go ahead and attach her. And if Jovi wants to, she can always put another photo on. I know she's got skills. Ooh, I could put some kind of jewelry or something around there. Let's do that. Make it some kind of pretty. Just see what I have. Maybe some sort of locket or on a chain or something like that might be cute. I don't know if I have anything like that. Put that in the middle. Ooh, let's put some gold around her. There we go. All right. So she's got some gold around her. This is glued down, right? And we'll put her all the way down here. I know what else we could do. We could make this look even more rustic, the photo and stuff, but using crackle paste. Let's expand paste. Wrong one. Embossing powder. Nope. I need crackle paste. This one. Crackle paste, translucent. What I like to do with this one, this one has to dry on its own. What I like to do with this one is get my little spatula. And I like to spread it over the photo. And we're not going to be crackle pasting today, guys. Well, not with this one anyway. Let's see if I've got another one. Translucent. Let's see if this one, oh, it's a brand new one. Hopefully it's still good. That one sure wasn't. I forget about these pastes and then they go to waste, so I hate that. I hate that that happens, but I mean, I don't think there's any bringing it back once it gets to that point. So let's go ahead and spread this carefully over her in a thin way. This will dry and you'll be able to see her picture again. And it'll have crackles in it, like broken glass. Okay, we'll just put a good smearing of it on there. Not too thick. You can't use a blow dryer with this though. This has to dry naturally because otherwise it will not crack the way it's supposed to. So make sure if you use this paste, you do not use a blow dryer. Now I should put a piece of cellophane or something to help this. Unfortunately, I don't have any in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in my drawer for now. Now, I'm gonna let this be for a little bit. I'm gonna go look for maybe some beads or something we can put around the outside, or a locket or something to kind of make this look finished off. I'll be back as soon as this is dry and we'll keep going. All right, friends, we are getting to the home stretch here. A couple things I want to do. I want to get out brown brush. What is that? Oh, I know what that is. Okay, and use some scorch tipper. And I want to go around the edges of this paper that I made, just a little bit here and there, just to take out some of the white. Just a touch, not too much. And you can see how the crackle paste worked. I took off some of it didn't stick very well, and I took it purposely off the face part and just left it around the edges so it looks like chipped glass. I really like that. So, but one of the things I want to try too, and I probably should have done this to the picture before I put it on here, but I'm going to do it anyway. Not ginger, I think sepia. I want to try some alcohol ink, just touches of it over this crackle paste. It's going to stain the photo and it may travel in the cracks and crevices and look kind of cool, maybe. I might have put too much right there. Try to dab some of that back, but kind of like something got spilled on it. Oh yeah, that's neat. Maybe around the edges a little. I don't want to go too close to her face because I don't want it to spread to her face. But just kind of go back and pick some of that back up. I probably shouldn't have done it. I'm not sure I like that, but I can't undo it. What do we think? Not quite what I was hoping for. Darn it. But I think it still works. Okay, I don't hate it. I just wouldn't do it again if I had the choice. Okay, so here is what I found. I found this little jewelry, and it's just a little charm. But I'm thinking I'm gonna glue it here, and I wanna put a bow here. So I need to find a pretty bow I can put there. Let's see if there's something in my basket that I can use. I have this yellow, but I don't think that would quite be what I'm looking for. I'm hoping to find just a pretty little beige, tan, something. Maybe something like that. That might not be big enough. I love this trim. It's so gorgeous. I could mix it with that. And maybe even with this piece here. Maybe I could do some, not the carrots. Sorry guys, not the carrots. I don't think I have any gray. What about, let's look a little bit deeper in my drawer. Should I put green on there? Nah, green's my color, not Jovi's. Let's see here. What about, no. I think we're just gonna go with what we've got out there. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So, this piece, I think I can tie a bow with that. Should I use this one too? Let's see if we can get those through there. They're about the right size. Nice and quiet in here. It is hours and hours and hours later, guys, than when I originally started this video. I have been wallpapering in the living room. I had dinner, all kinds of things. Cleaned. No, this isn't going to be long enough to do that. So my next thought is, perhaps we just cut them and I was cutting wallpaper with grandma scissors, so they're not in here anymore. Can I cut it? There we go. Maybe we just put it like this. Would be super cute too. We could put a piece of this behind it. Okay, now for this, because it's that metal, I think I'm gonna have to use E6000. I think I have some. I do. And I'm not gonna put pages in the book. I think that she'll be able to put the pages in however she wants to. I know she likes to do glue books and stuff, and collaging, so she might have things she wants to put in here. So I'm just gonna leave it as a journal cover and let her have it, let her play with it. There we go. That should do it. That should do it to it. And we're just going to place this right in here. All right, you guys, so there it is. There's Jovi's journal cover. That's what I made for her with my papers. I had a lot of fun making it, and I really enjoyed this little collab we did. I hope you guys did too. I hope you go check out her channel. I'll make sure to link her in the description box below. So if you want to go check out her channel, you sure can. And I think I'm going to tie this cord around. This was also gifted to me, so I'm going to share this. This cord. Maybe maybe not. Maybe I don't like that. But I'll wrap it up and send it to her nice. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.